y'all, it's me, Miss Vibrations. I have my guest tonight, which is Dorian by Dorian. Okay, we're going to get into some of the tips as to why you could be potentially keep attracting the wrong person. Dating coach is going to join us very soon here. But I just want you to tell everybody what's going on with you, where they can find your clothes, and what's coming soon.
Well, hello, y'all. We all met before, but if you right.
Not we all met before.
Because this is like what, my third time being here?
Are you been here a lot?
This is like what, 3-4 times now.
Three, four. You've been here a lot, but because you came the second season.
This the third time.
Well, whatever. Any other time he used to come, he be winning stuff, y'all say.
Y'all know me. Y'all know me. But in case y'all didn't know who I am, I'm Dorian. I have my own clothing line. It's Dorian by Dorian. Y'all can find me on Instagram at NEIROD_, and my Facebook is just my name, Dorian, DORIEN Robinson. So if y'all need anything, just hit me out now.
So if y'all need anything, just hit him up.
And I'm a part of the group too, so sometimes y'all might see me breeze in and out through there.
Yeah, but he breezes in, he breezes out.
Yeah.
And then he comes.
On social media like that no more.
Since when you started on the detox?
On social media?
Yeah.
I just been a lot going on. It's just been a lot going on.
It's just busy.
And just having to just make sure like mentally I'm good.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And financially, that's like the biggest thing.
I always hear a lot of people say they take social media detox. I've never taken one, and I guess I've never really taken one because I'm building a brand that I have to constantly be active. So I don't know what it's like to take a social media detox, you guys. But give me a heart and a thumbs up to let me know that you are here. When you join us, share. Like I said, we're going to get into 7 reasons why you could be potentially choosing the wrong guy or gal. Okay. Also, if you guys haven't heard the word on the street, make sure you go over to YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, Apple Music, and listen to the song Bang Bang featuring Miss Vibrations with Duck Myers. Okay, you might check 1 2 1 2. You heard me, okay? I'm on there, spit my little couple bars, whatever the case may be. Okay. So shout outs to Duck for I don't know, we might just play a little bit for y'all, but I want to say shout out to Duck for even asking me to be a part of his album, you guys. So the funny thing is with that, I'm going to bring him back. He's been on here several times. The funny thing with that is that I was like, Doug, that's something that I did when I first got started 2 years ago. He was like, no, you did that your second year. So shout out to me. My second year into my talk show, I was asked by Duck to be on his album, So to hear my voice on a record, was like, oh, shit. Like, okay, I need to get back in there. I need to do something else. Do another one or whatever the case may be. So shout outs to that. Make sure you go check that out. Bang Bang by Duck Myers featuring Miss Vibrations. Yeah. You feel me? It's coming. Yeah. It's coming. You understand? So I'm excited about that. I'm waiting for the coach to come in because we're going to get into some dating tips. Hey, Pebbles, girl, how you been? I'm in here now drinking this drink dink that Gabby Crazy Butt had brought here the last time, and it's kind of, I had to put like a whole bunch of juice up in there because that thing was strong, honey. Okay, let me see where the coach is. Make sure you guys share it to the group for me. Share the show. We always have like little technical difficulties, but that's I like it because you know why? It's fucking not edited here. This is all me. So yes, check out this glass. I have some merch coming soon. I'm so excited. So 2021 is a big deal, a big year, okay? I have my merch that will be coming. Make sure you guys, if you're a part of the group, make sure you vote because we're going back and forth about the 2 shows to bring back into 2021. So if you're brand new to Candy Quarter Secrets, I used to do a show called Happy Hour Monday, and that was on Mondays. Depending upon my work schedule, I'm not sure what day of the week it would be, but that is the show that I'm definitely bringing, I want to bring back, because a lot of you guys have voted for that show. Also, I was looking at the Freaky Friday show. You guys know my first time starting it. Freaky Friday was where we just talked about sex. It wasn't anything too explicit, but just the different areas of sex, the comfortability of sex, just everything about intimacy. We were getting into that. So make sure you head on over to Candy Coated Secrets Facebook group if you are not a part of it, and go vote. All my votes matter. Your vote matter. Your vote definitely matters here. So right now, you're definitely in the lead for the Happy Hour Monday. So yeah, I gotta bring that in. So the coach is here tonight with us. Let me see where he is. This is the show about 7 tips as to why you could be choosing the wrong person and picking the wrong guy. So yeah, we're gonna get into that. Yes, Pebbles, go vote. Make sure you go vote. Make sure you go vote. I'm about to bring the coach on, and I need to. Well, I'm gonna send that to you. We're waiting for the coach to come in. Give me 100 thumbs up and let me know that you are here. Give me 100 thumbs up and let me know that you are here. I don't know what happened to the coach. Did you see him trying to peek in? Coach, where are you tonight, Coach? Where are you? He just came in and came out. Okay, there is the request again. Let's see. Give me 100 thumbs up, you guys, and let me know that you are here with me.
Hey.
Hey.
Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you. You're real close in the camera.
Oh, let me.
Yeah.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Huh? I can hear you.
Oh, okay, good.
I heard you fine earlier.
Am I real close?
Huh? Which
I
side?
said, am I still real close?
You just giving us all the face. All of right?
I wonder, really? I don't know.
Yes.
Let me see something.
Where's your phone?
Hey,
Got it?
yeah. I mean, it's not that close on my end. Like, I moved back some. Like, am I still close?
Yeah, well, I see you now, Dorian. You got to come over to
I can see
and
Dorian.
knock it on out.
Hey,
Hey, Dorian, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Let the people know where you've been, what's been going on.
Just been busy, coaching, school work, internship. So just been kind of busy lately. That's what I've been up
Okay.
to. But thank you for having me back. It's definitely a pleasure to always spend some time with you. I think you are one of the best hosts out there, like of a show.
Oh, you
So
heard,
thank you for having me back. Yeah, it's good to see you. How you been? Good to see Candy Coated
I've been
CCS. How
good.
y'all doing? It's been a minute, but I'm back, and I'm happy to be back, and I'm excited.
Yes. So I was telling them tonight that you're gonna give some tips on what to do or the reasons why you could be keep choosing the wrong guy,
Right. Like,
the wrong guy or girl.
oh girl, is my volume good on y'all end?
Say
We
again.
always having technical difficulties, and you guys are really. Oh, hold on. Hel-
What's
Oh, I
that?
can hear you now, and I had to turn up my volume. I couldn't really hear you guys at first.
Oh yeah, and like your light just went down, didn't it?
Oh, is it still down? Let me see.
Let's see. I don't know. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, I'm back.
Good, good. We good now. I can see you. I can hear you. So we good right
Are we
now.
still? Are we still bright or
Y'all
low?
good. Y'all look good as usual.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I like light.
With the iPhone though, sometimes like it just the brightness goes up and down.
Oh, okay. It goes with that. Okay, so we didn't hear. So I was just telling everybody to make sure that they go check out my feature on the song with Duck Myers called Bang Bang, all over YouTube, Spotify, everything. You guys, I even put it in the group. But I told them that tonight we're going to get into, 7 reasons why you could potentially keep choosing the wrong guy or the wrong girl. Because, I feel like it's the corona. Like we have people who met during the pandemics and they come into an end, or the shit is just crazy. But it's crazy because a look at the environment you met him in.
Yeah, you saying like
So,
some of the reasons you saying like people who like if they got in relationships during the pandemic, that could be a reason that they picked the wrong person just out of like desperation or just being lonely.
like, it was, yeah, it was a lot of emotions during this. Social distancing, people anxiety was acting up. Just the whole loneliness and not really knowing and just trying to figure out things as you go along.
Right. I hear you. I agree with that. Like a lot of people's like anxiety is up, depression, people's depression rate is like raising and everything like that. So I totally get what you're saying.
Oh, conjunction. What's your
Oh, I
number?
was just making sure that because I know you said that we're really close, like so on my end it looked further back, but let me.
No, but you know what? I'm here on the screen. I'm looking at you on the other screen. It looks good, doesn't it? It looks good. So I think it's really just this device right here that's making it look like that. But I'm here on this big screen. You look good.
Oh, okay.
You all already you're not close at all. Well, now you lean forward, but
Oh.
there's also a little delay. All right, there you go. It looks good.
Oh.
Look at you. You're so
Oh. How are you doing, Dorian? I never met you before. How you doing?
Yeah. I'm good. I can't complain.
I'm great. So you're here to co-host tonight with the lovely
Yeah,
Candy.
I can co-host tonight. Candy just called me. We was on the phone earlier. She was just like, "Yeah, we talking about blah blah blah." I'm like, "Oh, I got definitely come through." So, and I never got a chance to meet you too. So I thought that you was gonna be here. So I'm like, "Oh yeah, I could get to finally meet him, but I'm still getting, meeting you and stuff like that." So yeah.
Well, nice meeting you.
Yeah.
Finally, I
Nice
checked
meeting
out
you
your shows too
too.
when you came and stopped by and co-hosted with her, and I thought you did a great
Oh
job.
yeah. Oh, thank you.
Please don't boost his head up. Please don't boost his goddamn head up. It's like, no, yeah, he does it. This is my baby. This is
Aw,
my baby. And I'm
are you
glad
guys
that
related?
he's
I'm
finally.
sorry.
Don't we look like?
It's all the time. We get that all the time.
Yeah, we're not related.
We're not related.
I just call Candace my big sister.
Okay, yeah, you kind of do look alike. You're handsome. She's
Her next
beautiful.
to my mom, like when my mom got makeup on, like her and my mother look like they could be sisters.
Yeah, people always say that.
Mm-hmm.
Always say that.
They like they could be sisters.
Oh.
So go ahead. I'm swinging it over to you guys. Give us a heart and thumbs up, Coach. It's all you.
Hey, Pebbles. So tonight I wanted to talk about 7 reasons why you keep falling for the wrong person.
Okay.
You say what?
I said let's talk.
Let's talk about it. And Candy, you hit it right on the nail, like right on the head. Like when you started off saying like part of the pandemic, people was getting in relationships because they was being alone and things like that. I think one of the reasons that people keep falling for the wrong person is because they fear of being alone, And sometimes people think of the word single as a dirty word. And when you're prone, and if you think of single as being a dirty word, then you're probably prone to date people you should stand clear of. Yeah, so I think it's all about being able to enjoy your own company and build on your own like independence and have a fulfilling life. And then you'll be in a much better position to choose a worthy and suitable partner for yourself. So definitely enjoy your own company. If you don't enjoy your company, if you can't enjoy your own company, like how can you expect someone else to enjoy your company,
Exactly.
Yeah.
I know, like me personally, like a lot of times I get comfortable and I get lost in the potential in people. And like I totally like I had post something like on my close friends. It was just like, y'all, like get in the habit of leaving after the first red flag. I mean, I know I'm not, but you should. You know what I'm saying? Because normally sometimes like it's like something ain't right, and it's just like what like we see we a lot of times that's what we grow up on, like looking at other people's relationships and stuff like that. That a lot of people say like if the good outweigh the bad, then we should stick it out and stuff like that. But I mean, for how long I'm gonna keep on looking at the good and over the bad, and all the bad shit keep fucking happening. So it's just like we allow the good times to cloud our judgment over like some things that's just completely just toxic and unhealthy and unacceptable.
Yeah, but when you say like leave after the first red flag, I always encourage my clients. I don't think a red flag is a reason to exit. I think when you see a red flag, you definitely should become curious and ask
Okay.
questions about it. Like, hey, when you do this, this sends a signal off, on my internal compass. Like we all have our own internal compass. So if it's telling you something, it's worth discussing, and definitely they should validate your feelings
Right.
and you know
I
and
agree.
see what can come up.
And see, me, I'm a Leo. So we love to investigate. Like, we will investigate anything. Like, you cannot get nothing past
Right, but
us.
the thing is, like when you're
And
dating someone, you shouldn't have to investigate. You should be able to go to them and have open communication. Because if you have effective communication, then you can just talk to them about anything. Your
right,
feelings
Right.
are worth it. Like like you need your feelings validated. Like, hey, this when you do this, this make me feel like this. So just talk about it, see what their response is, and then like if y'all can't come to an agreement or something like that, then it might be a reason to exit. I think like in
right,
when you said the good outweigh the bad, I think in all relationships there's going to be issues in your relationship. So you just have to figure out
definitely.
is what this person can offer you, is that a deal breaker more so? Like if it's a deal breaker, then exit. But definitely, I
I,
think one thing that when you're dating people and getting to know them, you have to teach people how to love you. We train people how to treat us. So the
Yeah.
one thing about men, and men are really simple. You tell them exactly what you expect from them. If they show you that they can't do it, then you might need to sit down at the table again, reevaluate the relationship, and see if it's worth being in the relationship or not. Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, like,
I agree.
But
uh,
also for people who like like I say, like you always for your clients, but for me, I always like to reach everybody who's not even able to maybe say, oh, I can afford to get a dating coach, because and the reality is, like, to piggyback off of what Dorian said, we do sit down and look at the good, and will allow the good to make you stay in the situation that you really are hurting in, or really a relationship that's not really conducive or beneficial to you. I think a lot of times that also comes into play that we try to understand the person and be compassionate and really, especially if you're dealing with somebody that's coming from a place of really caring, saying, you know what, I accept you, flaws and all, you accept me, and I know that we're both growing and going through things and both want to be better, but there's a process to be better, but there also shouldn't be a process to being in pain. So I just want to say that
Yeah.
too.
no, I hear you with that. I think a lot of times too, like when I think we'll touch on this later, but like when you're in a cycle and you're in certain relationships and it's like, okay, like you
Mhm.
treated me like this and I'm staying around because you are giving me just enough so I won't go hungry. Like meaning like you're giving me enough for me to stay around, but I'm continuously like being around you, knowing you treat me like crap. It's kind of like it's kind of like those toxic relationships. And like I said, I think
Yeah.
you'll touch on it more later when we do talk about trauma bonding.
Yeah, so we're gonna also get into trauma bonding. Um, I wanted to talk about that next week. Oh
Oh, I'm
yeah,
sorry, but we'll talk about it next week.
you're jumping ahead of
Oh no, I
yourself.
thought I thought we still. I'm sorry. So we'll talk about it next week. So yeah, yeah. But again, like this going back to the.
Right. Well, wait. Since he brought it up, do any of you guys know what trauma bonding is? Do you know? Put it in the comments to let us know if you know what
I'm interested
you know
in
what
that.
trauma bonding is. And if you don't know what trauma bonding is or what you may think it is, we might give you a 2-second snippet, coach. But you're going to have to tune in next week for the full session of trauma bonding.
Right.
And believe it or not, coach, I think trauma bonding falls under the category with the pandemic.
Okay.
Yeah, we gonna have,
We'll
yeah, we
touch on
gonna have
it.
to get into
But
that.
yeah, I
How?
said, yeah, definitely. We'll talk about it next week. There might be a correlation. You might be right about that. But just to close out one of the first reasons people end up with the wrong person, like I said, fear being alone. But like when you feel anxious or afraid to be alone, you haven't developed a strong enough sense of self. So that can lead you to choose romantic partners from a place of desperation. And we gotta work on that. Don't be desperate, you know? Again, being single is not a disease. Okay?
You hear that, guys? The coach said it is okay to be single. Being single is not a disease. I definitely do. I think you do have to enjoy your own company. Like, because if you can't enjoy you, who the hell else is going to enjoy you? Right. So I remember one time during the pandemic, I was in here. I took myself on a date. And I was sitting here and I was eating my crabs. I was watching TV. I like put my phone down, and it felt really, really good. Like I've gone out to dinner by myself, but I've never really just sat in. I don't cook. I eat on the go all the time. So I sat here. I put a table up in the living room. I ate my crabs, and it was funny because Dorian called me, and I thought it was just so awesome because I had told everybody like I'm taking myself on a date today, but he was the only person that called me and was like, "So, girl, how your date going?" Like as if it was really me on a date with another person. I was like, "Oh, it's going good." Then I said, "The crabs was bomb. It's going good." I watched TV.
I'm a firm believer in self dating. Like I love to go out by myself, like just do things on my own, like take myself out. Like, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of times though, sometimes when I do go out, I will call one of my friends. Like I'll call one of my friends and I'll be on FaceTime or whatever like that. And in a restaurant, like on FaceTime, talking to one of my friends. And when my food comes, like, all right, girl, I'm about to eat, get off the phone, whatever the case may be. Or then sometimes I just go places and I be by myself. And if I got some earphones, I start watching TV on my phone, everything, like just being alone, like just being by myself. Yeah. Like I really, like I am a firm believer in that, like taking yourself out and doing whatever. Cause it don't even matter. Like sometimes I'll go to the store or I'll go get something to eat, and I will sit outside of my house in my car. And like just like listen to music and eat my food just in the car, like just because I just want peace of mind, like to myself, like. And then I just go in the house. My mom's like, "Oh, where you was at?" I was like, "I was outside." Yeah. I go get my food and I just be right outside my car. And I'll sometimes even get, like I said, I'll get off the phone, like, "All right, girl, I'm gonna call you back." And I'm literally right outside my house. I'll turn on Netflix, watch Girlfriends or something, and just be in my car watching TV, like just because I just want to be by myself.
And it's definitely for me. It's definitely giving me like a sense of. I feel like I need to be doing that at least once or twice a week. Like just really sit and be like, "Ooh, okay," and get in tune with you. Really get to know me, get in tune to where, so like you said, being single is not a disease. But I think if we do that more often, it's like, okay, you comfortable with being just with you, sitting with you. That way it won't affect you too much if people come and go. Because you know what it's like to have your own company and you're not losing your mind every time you go through a breakup, or you and your friends may not talk, or your family may make you mad, just different things like that. It's like, look, I'm getting comfortable with being alone because single is not a disease. And at the right time, and me, I believe the universe will bring somebody your way on your same frequency. So make sure you date yourself. Date yourself. Being single is not a disease.
Yes, being single is not a disease.
If you can play with yourself, you can date yourself.
And get to know yourself, yes, in all ways. The next reason is you haven't given any thought to your relationship deal breakers, which we kind of like brushed over talking about the other one when I was saying you should get to know your deal breakers. Like during the pandemic, like now is the time for preparation. Get to know yourself and what you want in a partner. Figure out what character traits get on your nerves, and you'll be better equipped to avoid guys or girls who possess them, So, I am big on communicating your expectations and agreements, but you can't communicate your expectations if you don't know what your expectations are. And again, if we're on automatic pilot when we're dating, this is how I feel about that, then whatever the wind blow your way, if the universe bring boo-boo the fool in your life, it's because you're on automatic pilot and you didn't have a clear intention on what you want in a partner. So get to know your deal breakers.
We're not going to talk about the universe bringing you boo-boo the fool.
If you're not intentional, guess what? We create our own reality.
I need some juice with this goose because you just touched the nerve. Straight up. He said no real shit. I definitely am a firm believer of that. Okay, you just gotta push that back. Go ahead, I'm listening.
But yeah, definitely. Definitely Know yourself, know your deal breakers, and so you can be able to communicate your expectations. The next reason is you think you can change him. Let go of the hero complex. Let it go.
Yeah, that one.
Can I just give a testimony?
Absolutely.
So a week ago, right? So
you know the coach like being in people's business because he always in mine.
So like a week ago, right? So I had two dreams. Well, first of all, my family is very intuitive. Like we always kind of like just been really like intuitive. Like we have a third eye. So a lot of times I have like dreams, like really strong dreams, and I pay attention to them because my dreams be like very vivid. So I had two dreams back to back. Right.
We ain't talking Drake. Back to back.
Shut up. Well, I had two dreams back to back, right? And they both were involving a lot of water. So the first dream was I was driving over a small bridge, like a low bridge, and the water was like overflowing the bridge, and I kept driving through it, kept driving through the water. And next thing I know, I'm driving into a city submerged with water. And I'm thinking like, okay, I can keep driving. And I was driving to the point where I lost control of my car and I'm just floating in the water. So that was dream number one. Dream number two. I don't know necessarily where I was, but the setup was kind of like the harbor, like downtown harbor. So it was like a gallery center behind me, and then like it was like a whole bunch of water, but it was two levels to the water. So like it was like a shallow part of the water where you can kind of like stand in, like you can kind of like throw coins in or whatever the case may be. But it was like very decorative. Like, did I say that right? Decorative.
Shit, you know I'm making words all the time. It looks nice. Right?
It was decorated almost as if like it was.
I'm pretty sure Pebbles will let you know if it's a word because Pebbles always correct.
It was decorated almost as like like for Christmas. But when you think of Christmas, a lot of times, yeah, it was like very festive. But like sometimes with Christmas decorations, like it's a lot of trains. So it was like a lot of trains. So it was actually a train over top of the gallery, like an actual train. And then it was like a fake train in the shallow part of the water, and under the train was like other little like toy trains, like going in circles and stuff like that. So I had my dog with me, and my dog had puppies. One of the puppies jumped in the water. The puppy jumped in the water, and he jumped on the toy train, and the toy train went in a circle, and he jumped off of the train into the deeper part of the water. And I went to go run after the dog, like jump in the water to run after the dog, but I could not like catch the dog. Like it just kept going with the tide of the water. And like I woke up literally screaming because I was like screaming in my dream, like trying to get the dog. So I called the Oracle guy, Deontay, who was on Candy.
Yeah, shout out to Deontay.
Shout out to the Oracle dad. I contacted him because, like I said, I'm just really big on dreams. And when I contacted him, he was like, "That's clear. It's the message is clear in the dream." And I said, "What what is it saying?" He was just like, "Well, first of all, you already know where you going is not safe, but yet you keep driving, thinking that you can get to the other side, like thinking that eventually."
You call him in a dream, or you call?
No, I called him in real life.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, oh, this is like this.
No,
is like
yeah, I called him in real life. So he was just like, you already know where you're like, where you're going is like it's not safe, and you really don't have no business going there. Hence, you said you drove over the bridge, and the city was submerged in water, and you could have just turned back around, but yet you just kept driving in it. Okay. And then the second dream was clearly you can't save everybody. Like get out of the water and like save yourself. So it's just like you a lot of times too. It's like I know like we deal with. I know like me personally, like I deal like or date somebody, and they have like like traumatic dating experiences and stuff like that. So a lot of times when you deal with people like that, you trying to prove them wrong. Like I'm not this person or whatever the case may be. But it's just like you don't want to lose yourself and trying to prove them wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like.
But it happens.
It happens. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to exceed this person's expectations, and because they so used to people screwing them over or whatever the case may be, and it's like we can lose ourselves in that trying to please somebody else.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. So again, yeah, I hear what you're saying, and I think again that I think that's one of the reasons that people keep choosing the wrong person, because they have this hero complex, and you have to get rid of the hero complex. If it's your nature to fix every guy that you date, then you really have to reevaluate your approach to relationships. You know, you can't love away someone's problems. You know, no matter how hard you try. You know, change ultimately comes from within.
From
Yeah.
within,
So
yeah. And a lot of people don't realize that, like when like I was telling Candace about this, like in past conversations that we had, like a lot of things like people have to deal with on their own. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you have to deal with that hurt and that gripe and stuff like that from your past. Like you have to deal with that stuff on your own, because all it's going to do is just keep following you wherever you go. Like it's going to keep following you. Like just because me and you in a relationship and you cheated on me, like if I don't get over you hurting, that hurt of you cheating on me, I'm gonna go into the next relationship having the same expectation that she's gonna cheat on me anyway. Like,
or if you see like similarities from what you've dealt with previous, it's like you have, because I know I've done that before too, where it's like you have to tell yourself like, hold up, this is not him, this is not her. Let me deal with who I'm dealing with will be you, because even though it may be a flare, why if we took more time to look at it and say, "Whoo, this is a trigger. Let me heal it. Let me fix it," then maybe we would eliminate a lot of foolishness.
right. Yeah. Again, going back to like the hero complex. It's a common mistake that people make. They think they can change someone, and that's because they haven't made an effort to get to know themselves. So sometimes people look outside of themselves because they really don't want to see the person that's in the mirror and work on all those things that they need to work on. So they'll look at someone else and try to fix all of their problems when they really should be fixing themselves. Because if you work on yourself and you are a whole person, then you'll attract a whole person. You need two healthy people to have a healthy relationship.
And one partner can't be growing while the other one is stuck being where they are. And I think a lot of times, a lot of people are comfortable just playing the victim as well. It's like, okay, yes, you have these issues. Yes, you have abandonment issues. Yes, you have trust issues. Yes, you have insecurities. Yes, you have all these things. But what are you doing to fix those things? Some people just like to always say, "Oh, I've been this. I have this. I did this." It's like, okay, but what are you doing to fix it?
They look at it as just like it's your job to fix it.
Yeah. Some people will try to fix other people to distract them from their own issues. So don't try to change people. Get rid of that hero complex and look in the mirror and say, what do I need to work on myself? Because like you said, Dorian, like it's gonna keep following you, because we don't have 5 bad relationships. We have that same bad relationship 5 times because you haven't done the work on yourself. Another one is you haven't figured out what you need in life independent of a relationship. So again, you can't change someone else, but what you can do is do the inner work on yourself and handle your own issues. And I think that's the most important thing. Figure out who you are and what you want out of life, and then when you're on that path, then you'll attract the right person to you. Yeah. And another one is we don't date outside of our type.
Sometimes your type is your problem. I've dated outside my type before, and that shit still was a problem. So So I mean, but I definitely get it. You definitely have to put the work in. You definitely have to put the work in, and your type can be a big issue as to why you keep getting the same shit. And then, like you said, sometimes it goes to the point where it's like, you keep saying that everybody's doing this. At what point do you say, wait a minute, no, bitch, it's you. If you keep getting the same issue over and over and over, it ain't everybody else. It's you.
Absolutely, yeah. And the thing is, we gravitate toward what we're familiar with, you know. But if you're familiar with someone who can't hold down a job, or someone who has issues with being faithful or honoring their word after they made a commitment to you, then you need to figure out what's going on with you, why you keep attracting that person. And I think after a certain age, you shouldn't have a type. You know, your type haven't worked out for you so far, so try something new.
Yeah. So in the comments, Benita said, she said that it's also what you've seen when you were young too. That plays a part into your relationship.
Absolutely,
And I
yeah. We
guess you
gravitate
can't
to
use
what we're
that.
familiar with. A lot of times, still trying to please mommy or daddy or both. So again, I'm not I'm not for like spankings because I think that sends the wrong
What they call
spankings. Because I think, but honestly,
beating?
I think it's I
Spanking.
think it sends a mixed signal. You inflicting physical pain on your child, and then you say "I love you." So I believe that it sends the wrong message. So it's mixed
Yeah.
signal. So you're saying this someone who loves you, it's okay for them to put their hands on you and then tell you "I love you." You know. So again, like we gravitate to what we're familiar with. So you get, sometimes.
That's a good
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. I'm not a beater fan either.
Hmm.
Like being your child. I
Hmm.
wouldn't necessarily like beat my child, but however, I am big on discipline. Like, I will like pop somebody, like pop some hands or.
Look, producer said it's still the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, but I just feel like sometimes like that's in some situations that's the only way to get through to children sometimes.
Mm.
Okay.
Like I mean I don't know, like I know like my little sister is like she's not bad, but like she just be doing like some wild stuff. I mean, y'all understand she's a kid,
All
but I be
behaviors
like,
come
damn,
from somewhere. So figure out why she's acting this way. Figure out where that behavior is
right?
coming from.
And that's the thing. So when you act like, so you ask her like, okay, like so what's going on, and then she be like, oh well, I got mad because mommy told me to do this and I didn't want to do it. So you just start ripping your clothes apart. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that don't make
But if
sense.
she's
Like you
ripping
know what
her
I'm saying?
clothes
Like
apart when if child is like acting out in that way, they ripping their clothes apart or something like that when their parent told them to do something, they must not feel comfortable enough to express themselves and say, "Hey, mom, when you said this, I feel like this." I think children should have a voice. I think like back in the old day, like they say children should be seen, not heard. I don't, of course, agree with that. Children should be able to express themselves and say, why do I have to do this? Why is this? Children are very curious, and we have to, when they ask a question, answer that question, even if it's something they don't agree with. Like, why do I have to clean my room? Because you need to be, this is a life skill that you need to have. You can attract rodents, you can attract mice or whatever. Explain to them, why am I telling you to do this?
so when that don't work, then what?
Um, I think you still should be able to sit down and talk to your child, and you set rules early on. I think that a lot of times people don't set those rules and expectations early on. I think all relationships are the same. These are my expectations of you. You need to do this. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess basically what you're saying is, I hate that too when you say that because I said so.
Hmm.
It's like, no, you have to explain why. It's like, I need to
like,
know
why I need to be in class, like and all this. I'd be like, like
girl, because you gotta go to school.
you gotta go to
Hmm.
school. Like
Why don't you want to go to
you know,
school? That's the question. Why you need to be in class? Why don't you want to go to school? Start
Yeah.
there.
So Nick, everybody, Gabrielle, Shanice, they said they is loving your skin.
Oh.
Gabby said she is loving the facial
Oh, thanks.
oils. I keep telling y'all, Coach is on. Coach is
Oh, thank y'all. Thanks. But yeah, I'm like when it comes to children, I'm like, hey, let's have conversations.
Plus, you guys, he's also a social worker,
Hmm.
right?
Right.
okay.
That's okay for me to say,
Absolutely. Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So,
You already said it.
well, shit. But he's also a social worker, so that I think that probably is also another reason why he's like more into, you have to find other areas
Yeah.
because some of the areas that you're choosing, your fucking kids are gonna get taken away, and it's abuse,
Yeah,
So
it's emotional abuse or physical abuse. I think like not giving your children a safe space where they can come to you and communicate their feelings is emotional abuse, and that won't turn out well. And then they'll probably pick a partner that will emotionally abuse them. Again, they gravitate to what they are familiar with.
Desi said, I allow my son to ask questions and express himself. I find myself explaining nearly everything to him. He's still very emotional and acts out when he doesn't want to do something. I don't put my hands on him, though.
Okay, children will act out. I mean, that's part of children. They will act out when they don't get their way. That's normal, but I mean, just make sure they act the way they're acting out is just a normal way for a child to act out. But if a child is being destructive to things like property, clothes, or something like that, that's something going on there. That child got some things pent up inside that need to be discussed.
Yeah.
No, my little sister though, she do go to counseling.
Oh, okay, that's good. That she's like, I love that. Yeah.
I shout out to everybody that goes to therapy, because you know black people tend to think that therapy ain't for black folk, or you crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So no, shout outs to everybody that's saying, you know what, I need somebody else to talk to, because sometimes your goddamn friends don't know nothing, or your family don't know nothing, or you just want to be able to speak to somebody that's not going to judge you. So shout outs to me that I also experienced that on my platform, where people do come and inbox me and talk to me about different issues that they had, you know. So thank you guys for even trusting me, because you know everything's a secret here with this information.
No, but even to piggyback on that, I will say that one thing. No, the piggyback on that, one thing that I love about you is I think you created the community where people feel comfortable to express their feelings. And even if people in the comments might not agree with certain things, they still feel comfortable enough to come to the community that you created and express their feelings on certain topics. So I definitely appreciate that.
Well, thank you. You know, reach one, teach one.
Right. But another reason is that you may be afraid of commitment without even realizing it. Right. You can't understand why you continually are drawn to unavailable people with commitment issues. It may be because you have commitment issues yourself. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and everything has a root. Every issue has a root, and we have to get to the root of the problem. Raquel, hey, Miss Raquel.
I think the only reason why I'm afraid of like being committed is because I haven't met anybody who I really like trust.
Mm.
But
like, I trust
do you trust yourself?
Hell no. Depending upon the day of the week.
Yeah, because sometimes like I do definitely doubt myself a lot of times, like and that's an issue that I have been trying to work on, because like by me being an entrepreneur, of course we gonna come across roadblocks and things like that financially and things, and a lot of times I don't trust myself. Like I'm so like my anxiety, like I just be anxious, like, and I just be worried, and I don't be knowing, like, you know, am I making the right decision financially for myself? So literally this year,
we got a testimony, folks. We got a testimony.
No. Not really a testimony, but literally this year, like I had said that like a lot of things, like a lot of good things started happening this year, but then like a lot, like as the year started to go on, everything kind of like started going left. And I just felt like a lot of the decisions I made, I was like, well, damn, if I really would have put more thought into this, like maybe the outcome would have been a little bit different. Yeah. So now I'm back into self-doubt. I'm back into not trusting myself. I'm back into like second guessing everything, because I'm like, okay, like, am I making the right decision? And this even applies to me dating.
Absolutely. So
you're gonna attract,
right.
You're gonna attract somebody.
Right. And I can either like meet somebody and like, damn, like this is a really good dude.
So that's really good. I think that if you don't trust yourself, then you really can't trust other people. Number one, so you'll probably keep attracting people. And if you don't trust yourself in like the business world of your life, you ain't gonna trust yourself in the romantic areas of your life, because if you do it anywhere, you'll do it everywhere. And people, like you said, like sometimes people will reject a wonderful partner who exists in plain sight, but they are not recognizable to them because they fear commitment.
Right.
And then sometimes too, as my coach likes to tell me, man's rejection is God's protection.
Okay.
So sometimes you could be being protected from something that you don't even really need, or you don't even know.
Yeah, but like
but
speaking on relationships, a lot, like, again, like, you don't have 5 bad relationships. You had the same bad relationship 5 times. So if you're in fear of something and you keep attracting the same person, it's a protection, but you have to figure out, why do I keep attracting these same people? It's the same person in different outfits. So it might be a protection, but it's definitely something within you that you keep attracting them and you admitting that. So yeah, yeah. I'm trying to keep it on us when it comes to dating, as far as this, like us taking accountability. But yeah, there are people out there to hurt you. But again, crazy can't hide in the closet longer than 10 minutes. So when you notice something, let them know, hey, this is what I'm noticing from you. This is what I feel when that happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I guess we might have to talk about that outside on another topic, because you just hit that on the nose, and I was about to say, like, okay, so wait a second. Well, no, I can ask you. So my thing is this: if you notice something and you speak on it, what is it about that person that when you speak on it, they take it as it's always about how you feel, or how
they start
make
deflecting,
you feel, and you're being selfish and one-sided?
Well, the thing is, with getting to know yourself, we come in with baggage. We all have baggage. If we don't have baggage, we're not alive. We all got baggage if you're over a certain age, from family or this past relationship. So once you get to know yourself, you can let someone know, hey, I have trust issues. That's something I'm working on. So if you don't call me when you say you're going to call me, I might react this way. It's something I'm working on. So you just let people know. And let them know, hey, if I need a good morning text from you or a good night text from you for me to feel safe, this is what I need from you. Can you do that? Can you make me feel safe in this relationship?
We like real big on like patterns. So it's like when you start dating somebody, it's like it's a pattern, and the pattern you get accustomed to. So when the pattern starts to change out of that person, then it's just like
something is off.
It's a shift. You know what I'm saying? So like now it's like, okay, so what's going on with you? Is there something going on that I should know about? Because
so knowing that about yourselves, this is how you can handle it. When you're dating someone, you can say, I'm a person who goes off pattern. If a pattern change, it sends a red flag up on me, like it does something to me. We all have our own internal compass. So if I notice a pattern change while we're dating, I will mention it to you, and you can just let me know, hey, no, this is why this is changed, or something like that. Just let people know early on, this is who I am. I'm working on this, so I'm gonna need you to work on it with me and make me feel safe.
Yeah. But a lot of times, I like, before I get to say something about that, I like what Raquel said. She said I statements are more effective. And definitely, I think I statements are very, very effective. I know for me, I always say, look, this is how I feel. This is what I think. This is what affected me. Like, it's not going to affect you. You're not going to understand it. You're not going to feel it. It's me. It's my feeling.
Yeah, that's my love language.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I had to respect, we had to respect each other's love language.
Yeah. So it's like, even with that, and I would say, like, even with dating, sometimes we just keep trying with somebody we're not supposed to try with. You just take the lesson that came with that blessing, and count it all joy, and fucking keep it moving, and just know. I always say, God ain't stop making niggas when he made you.
Yeah, and again, I think you attract people in your life because it's something that you need to work on.
Okay.
Right. But you have those relationships because it's something that you need to work on. Oh, did I freeze up? Oh.
No, it's been like a little freezy on the other screen, but right here we've been.
Oh, okay. But yeah, if you attract some,
you still.
Oh. Yeah, but when we attract certain people in our lives, it's like letting us know, hey, it must be something I need to work on. If I'm keep attracting again unavailable men, is it me? Do I have commitment issues? Sometimes we have commitment issues, If you,
I don't have commitment issues. I just have I don't even want to say I don't even want to call it a settle down issue. I just have an issue where it is I know where I'm going, where I'm headed, and what I want. So the minute that I see that you you could do something that's not going to suit that, I gotta go.
Mhm.
And there you have it, folks.
So yeah, I definitely do. Like, I think it. I don't know. Do we just live in a world where people don't even really know themselves? There's not a lot of people that's really doing the work on themselves. We have a lot of people that just jump from relationship to relationship to relationship, and they're not even trying to figure out, like what's going on. For me, I think if you do come across a partner, you guys give me 100 thumbs up and let us know that you are here tonight, though. And share the show. And if you're not a part of Candy Coated Secrets Facebook group, go ahead on over there. And if you're not following Dorian by Dorian near Doris, well, how you say it backwards? Narod. Okay. If you're not following Narod, it's a problem. If you're not, following the dating coach, dating made simple with Coach NickLove, then that's a problem because we're here to educate. Because I must say, we are three people that do work on self. So it's not a lot of people out here that's doing that, that's putting in the work. Everybody's just looking for like a fast fix. I see that Desi said that communication is important. Communication is important, and sometimes it gets lax. We're not robots here. We're gonna make mistakes, but it's about what you do to correct them. So I feel like if you have a partner that is open and compassionate and sympathetic and has empathy and is willing to work with you, even though you aren't perfect, try and stick it out and sit back and say, yo, am I the problem? Am I the problem? No, he said he want to leave. Because that's what we have to do. And then if it gets to that point, then like you just seen Dorian do, get up and walk away. But sometimes, sometimes God can send you a great
Don't
person.
follow behind because I get up and walk away and I come back.
You don't even realize.
What you saying you'll get up and walk away like from the relationship and stuff? What you saying like as far as relationships?
Like when cause I'm weird. I'm kind of like low key. Like I'm not gonna say I'm bipolar, but like.
Do you not know? Do you not have a breaking point sometimes?
Sometimes I don't, and then sometimes I do. And then sometimes I had to walk away just to gather myself because my mouth is like I had to gather myself, and then I can come back and be like, you know what, like okay, let's sit down and let's.
So you have to you have to get everything a process.
Sometimes I really have to process things because sometimes I have an issue of reacting before I can really think things through. Or sometimes I might react and then later on think things through, and then I have to come back and like take accountability and be like, you know what, I apologize that I handled things that way. What could I do to handle things better?
I would say take your bipolar meds. What do you say, Coach?
I was asking my partner, like, what can I do to handle things better? Because this may be my way of handling things, but as far as like being with you, this is not effective. You know what I'm saying?
Look, Raquel.
We single for a reason. Like I feel like we all single for a reason. Like you know what I'm saying?
So
something is not working.
But wait a minute, look, Raquel not cutting you off. She said something really good. Listening and being heard are two different things. I just want to go ahead and pin that. Producer, can we pin that comment? Raquel, shout outs to you with these answers. Because that is true. There's a difference between listening and being heard. You understand? Go ahead, Coach. Give him a diagnosis.
I would say if you know that about yourself, that's great that you know that about yourself. Like sometimes you need to step away. If you're dating someone or you're in a relationship with someone, just communicate that to someone. Like, hey, sometimes if we get in heated arguments, or how I handle heated arguments is I need to step away, process things, and then I can come back to the table and talk about it. And then I think if it's an issue for them, you guys can like agree, like, hey, we won't go 24 hours or 48 hours, whatever you both agree on. That's the time limit. Like after that, we need to come to the table and talk about it, or like within that time frame. Just let them know that.
And we gotta understand too that everybody has feelings, and they may not take things the way that you may take them. It may they may not process it, and you just gotta be mindful of what you say. And I just would say, like, if people in their relationships or whatever is not considering your feelings, then it makes you have to look at that too. Like, my feelings matter. Like, and if you're dismissing them or you're not paying any attention, then it's just like, okay.
Then it's becoming like just me in a relationship.
Yeah, it's like, okay, well then it's just I'm just the one feeling in this situation, and you know, a lot of times you don't get to see somebody's true colors until you piss them off. So.
Absolutely, yeah.
Which number tip are we on?
I think we're almost at the end.
Okay.
Yeah. So again, like just like what I was saying, like sometimes people fear being in committed relationship themselves when they keep attracting the wrong person. And sometimes this would look like someone who keep getting in relationships with people who are in a different state because they know deep down inside, like really it's not gonna really work out or amount to anything. So they'll start dating. There might be a pattern of them dating people long distance, having a long distance relationship. And sometimes they will
I never thought of it that way. I never thought of it that way.
He's listening. You just touching a lot of home bases.
Oh no.
And sometimes they will get in a relationship. I'm sorry, in an entanglement with other people who's already involved. And again, that person is not available. So you keep attaching yourself to unavailable people. And sometimes it's because you don't really want to be committed, and that's your issue.
I like what Benita said. Benita said, she said, it sucks when you fall in love with that toxic person. Oh my God, I've done that before. Like, and you know what? And it's funny, Coach. And I don't need you to do a diagnosis at this moment because you know I gotta tell you because you always be like, "Well, man, what is this? We're not gonna do this." But no, just kidding. But sometimes, Benita, I like that toxic person like sets your soul on fire. Okay, you know how it's like. You like, I know this is not any good for me, but I'm gonna keep on doing it.
And because
I
a lot
like
of
it.
like that goes
It's
back
fun.
to what we said earlier. It's
all
like
of that.
Comfortable. Like you're so comfortable with this person. It's just like regardless of how much how unhealthy it is, or however much this person hurts you, whatever the case may be, this person gets you.
And for me, it used to be an adrenaline rush.
You know what that is?
I didn't ask
No,
you.
but I'm just saying, you know what that is though, right?
Did you not hear the beginning? Did you not hear the beginning?
No. He got a diagnosis because you just gave him the mic earlier. Like
I'm kind of fast forwarding like to next week again. That's trauma bonding. Yeah.
So that's trauma bonding.
Oh, I think it's a part of trauma bonding.
Okay.
Because it's so much trauma bonding. Yeah, it is. It definitely is a part of trauma bonding. But I don't know. But again, like I said, that's what I used to be into. Now, you know, I will say, like for me, you know, when I've had an encounter during the wait a minute, do the other one. When I had an encounter during the pandemic, what is it? Episode. That situation kind of like drained me to where as though it's like I feel like I gave my all in it. You know, probably, you know, a little more than I should have. A little more than I should have. Not only that, but a little more than I usually do. So it's like, I'm like, okay, let me really give this a go. Let me not get in the way because, again, we got to know ourselves. Like, I know my mouth, I know my attitude, I know all of these things. And I discovered, like, during the pandemic and now that we're going into 2021, that I don't really want a relationship right now. I just really want to have fun. I want to focus on my business. I want to do some more clearing of myself. And then I know that once I am a whole lot better than where I was, I know that the universe is going to send someone that's even better. Right. You know, so it's just like
and it's really a learning experience because in these situations that do not work, we can identify some things about ourselves that need working on. You know what I'm saying? It's not always like, you know what I'm saying, just because it's not working and a lot of the stuff that's not working is on the other person.
And then you gotta understand it's not always you.
It's not always granted that it's not always you, but it is some things about you that
absolutely
need to fit.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because I know, like me personally, like I was like dealing with this guy like shortly, like sometime like last year, and I was like, I was dealing with this one dude, and like the communication was just off.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I started like dealing with this other dude, and it was just too much communication. Like too much. I was just like, oh, I know. Like next time I start dating somebody, I want to date a dude that communicate. So when I started dealing with this dude, and when it was too much communication to the point where though,
what the hell is too much
communication to the point where like we can't even have a conversation without you having to correct me on things.
They were more like trying to be a teacher.
Yeah, it was just like I can't. I'm coming to you like, oh, how was your day today? Oh, my day was this, that, and the third, and yada 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 yada. He's just like, well, don't say it like that. Say it like this. How did this make you feel? It didn't make
oh
you
no,
feel like
I hear that.
Yada, 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 yada. But it's just
I
like,
hear
well,
that.
I can't even come to you and have a conversation, just a regular conversation.
Are you talking about me?
Bitch, I definitely said a man.
I know. No,
But
you
know what I'm saying? It's just like, okay, like I'm like, all right, so, and I know me, like I'm clingy, but I need my space.
Okay.
Like I want to be up under you. I can be up under you for like 3 days, and then like I need like 7 days to myself.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm a communicator.
Look at Coach Face. Look at Coach Face.
On the phone. I need to talk to you on the phone. I need to text you. I need to know what's going on with you. I need to know where you at. But as far as like us spending time with each other, like we don't have to be up under each other like all the time. And when we do talk, I want you to talk, and I hear you, and I want to talk, and you hear me.
Producer, let's not cut you off. Go ahead. Go ahead, pin that comment. Raquel is on the ball tonight.
But it's just like, it's just like, okay, like
the next comment.
The phone call, like it's just becoming too much. And I'm just like, damn,
it's
like
good.
I just feel like I can't even be myself with you because I'm just walking on eggshells at this point. Like,
if you feel like you're walking on eggshells, you know what that's a sign of an abusive relationship.
Yes.
I've been in a lot of those.
Okay.
Not physically,
but we all have been.
Not physically, but just kind of like
emotional. Yeah, that's emotional abuse.
Or like verbal.
Yeah.
And
that's intimate.
So why did I attract that?
So wait a minute though, before we get off of this, because Raquel said something very, very good. She said it's good to want to be in a relationship, not need to be in a relationship. So I like that. You might just have to like refresh it. I like that because some people need relationships. Some people need them. Some people really, really need to be in a relationship. And I deal with that. I would rather want to be in a relationship than to need to be in a relationship any day. Benita said, how do you get out of trauma bonding? Oh my gosh. Benita, y'all jump into next week.
We gotta talk about that next week.
Yes.
Stay tuned, Benita. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Find out next week.
But if you keep attracting people that's partners that are emotionally unavailable, are you emotionally available? Like if you can really ask yourself, and I know you mentioned earlier that you do have trust issues and things like that, so it's probably some stuff that you need to work on.
Well, you know what I've done? I've boosted up I'm heavy on the meditation right now. I always say for me, I noticed that when I was doing it consistently every day, because I've always done it, but I noticed that when I wasn't skipping a beat and I really was doing all the work, like a lot of the things I was dealing with or things that may have happened this year didn't even happen to me. So for me, I've gotten back, I keep calling it a detox. I am personally taking a detox. Look at him. From everything and everybody.
Right.
I am taking a detox.
Detox.
What I would recommend for you, Dorian, is to I'm sorry. Oh no, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I was going go ahead.
No, so I was saying, for me, it's just like I just really had to do. I recognized like this year I was doing, or I have done a lot of pouring and pulling into others, and not really taking all of that time and energy and putting it into self. So now I want to put that into me and see how that goes and who else comes along this journey. And I don't know about you, but I'm waiting for 2021 because I'm ready to knock the socks off. Okay. And if you guys are part of Candy Coated Secrets Facebook group, Make sure you go and vote. Like I said, 2021, we will be having 2 shows a week. You can choose between the Freaky Friday show or the Happy Hour Monday show. Coach, did you vote?
Actually, on
Go ahead and lie. Go ahead
you caught me off guard. Actually, I was like, vote. Yeah, of course I voted.
and lie. But if you haven't, Coach, make sure you do some time today to go and vote.
Okay.
You guys.
I'm here for either one. I'm here for Monday happy hour or Freaky Friday. I'm here for it all. I
Okay.
can't get enough of you, so I'm good either way.
Thank you. You can double vote. You can
Okay.
double vote. And you guys, now that we see that this is working, because for a while, Facebook was not allowing maybe just me or whatever, to be able to have a guest. So if you ever are interested in being a guest and we're still practicing social distancing, inbox me, let me know, and then you guys can come on here.
You practice in social distancing.
Let me finish.
Me and Candace been together the whole quarantine.
We have. So that's why I'm saying, if I've been around these people, so a lot of people you see, I've already been around them or whatever. I'm not saying that they haven't been around nobody, but I'm just saying, this is another way for you to be a part of Candy Coated Secrets and join the show. Join the show. Get with me. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all of it.
Candace is so funny. Okay?
What?
It's so funny.
What?
You just be so full of life all the time. I just think it's so funny. Like, I don't have it in me. I be like, look, shit. Y'all can do it live shit.
That's funny because Kevin, and that's funny because his best friend Kevin, when Kevin be on here, I repeated the show and watched it when Kevin was on here with his braids. It was like, I was talking about the Oracle when the Oracle was ready. He said, "What?" He said, "Man, Candace know how to sell you something you don't even need." Okay, like I don't know how she do it, but yeah, absolutely, you guys. I just really appreciate you guys. I'm not even all the way through my 3rd season. So anybody with some goals, y'all know Miss Vibration's about to go real quick, Coach. Anybody with some goals and aspiration, make sure you go after it no matter how it looks, Coach. No matter how many clients you do or you don't got, no matter how many dresses you're selling or you're not selling, no matter how many people watching or they not watching, like there's always a way, God will always provide and make room at the table for your gift. And a lot of times we are hard on ourselves because we feel like we should be a lot further than where we are. But you have to change how you look at it and just look at it as all as the stepping stones and the tools that you need so that you could be better prepared once you have that seat at that table that he's making for you. Because a lot of people want to do something, but everybody don't have the guts to do it. Because a lot of people give up before the miracle happens. And I chose to turn that statement to something else. And I say, I will not give up before the miracle happens. Okay. Because the one thing for sure, too, for certain, if you don't believe in you, how can anybody else believe in you? And the energy that we put into these dysfunctional relationships, this trauma bonding, this can't be alone, this feeling like single is a disease. If you take all of that and put it into yourself and what you're doing with your business, your goals, your aspirations, you can go a whole lot further. Okay? So that's all I want to say. You will not give up before the miracle happens. I started my show 3 years ago. I am in my 3rd year. Okay. I just did an announcement where on my 3rd year, that's not even complete, that I finally made $1,000. I went back and recalculated that, and I actually made a little over $1,500. So I will definitely be doing a total of that at the end of my 3rd year because I'm not all the way through it. So, no matter who supports you, no matter who doesn't support you, if it's 1 or 2 people, treat them people like it's 5,000 because that's what I do. And I just want to say thank you to everybody that's been supportive of me. If you want to have any, you want to do any donations, you can donate to my Cash App, Candy Coated Secrets. And I just want to say thank you because without you guys, a lot of the equipment that I have and that I was able to get, I wouldn't have been able to do it without you guys, so I truly appreciate you guys tuning in and they say that your internet stranger friends are usually the best friends that you can have. I'm going to make sure I tag my Cash App so you can do your donations. I have merch coming soon as well. And I just want to say thank you guys. So, You know, it doesn't matter where you are. It's not about where you are. It's about where you're headed. God damn. I'm sorry. Back to you, Coach.
um,
I'm sorry, girl. You know how these misvibrations come.
what are y'all sipping on?
It just was placed on me that somebody really needed
I'm sure
that.
they
You
needed
know
that
what I mean?
message.
I know.
Oh well, thank you. You know what I'm saying? And it's the truth because
I almost knocked you in the face. I felt like I thought you was coming from.
because as entrepreneurs, coach, like you know, you have a full-time job, you're in school, you work, you do your business. I work and I do my business, and we go hard for these corporations, and then the work don't kick in until you get off and you're working on your own stuff. So it's just, just keep on going, coach. Reach one, teach one, coach, and stop always telling me about myself. Go ahead.
What are y'all sipping on?
That's an Aquarius in her. Don't be
What are y'all sipping on tonight?
But
I said, what are y'all sipping on tonight?
Gabby left a drink in here. Then she also gave me a bottle of Grey Goose. But I just.
Oh no, I was just curious because like I be bringing over like the sangria. And it was red, so I was just wondering what was you drinking.
Oh no, so yeah, I thought I was gonna have a drink for you tonight. Missed you. Dorian didn't bring a drink. He brought hookah. So we'll be doing that after. After the show. But no, I just felt like that we all could have used that encouragement for real, because the mind is the devil's playground sometimes. And when you get with those thoughts and not feeling like you are where you want to be, you gotta remember. And if you need somebody to help you, remember that you are the sugar honey iced tea. I am here to do it. That's why I tell you guys, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel for all the behind the scenes footage, for the inspirational footage, and also for my show called Behind the Secrets that I am doing, that will be a series, because we all need somebody to help us along the way. If you think you know everything about your craft, if you think you know everything about your gift, then I am here to tell you you are a goddamn fool, because somebody can always learn something from somebody else.
Absolutely.
Sorry. Go ahead, coach. I'm sorry, coach. I feel like I just fucked up your whole.
Oh no, I remember Dorian was saying like what can he do? What I recommend to my clients is always like do a relationship autopsy, look at like like your past 3 relationships, and probably even go further than that and see like what was the trend, like what is it about these people, like because I'm sure it probably was a trend there. And then you can look at that trend, write down what you want in a partner, and then also work on yourself and how will you attract that in another partner. And sometimes like what we want in someone else, we have to be willing to offer that. So if you want someone that you can trust, you have to trust yourself. If you want someone that's emotionally available, you have to be emotionally available yourself and willing to talk about your feelings and willing to be vulnerable.
Yeah, so like I feel like the issue with me is like a lot of times I'm always talking about like a waste of time. Like because I don't really have a lot of free time. Like if it really was up
He's
to
definitely
me,
a Beyonce.
if it really was up up to me, like if I really wanted to like not be available, I would be home every day somewhere. Like I would so address every day. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that sometimes. Like sometimes like I have to, so I don't overwork myself. I have to say, hey, I'm booked for the month. But in retrospect, I make a dress in like my 2 dresses. I make them in like 3 hours. So I can sit in the house all day and I can make a dress.
I'm also trying to get Dorian to come here and do a raffle of his clothing.
Oh yeah, she gonna be doing raffle.
But his clothing, that he's high dye. So I got a kind with equal medium. So y'all, if I'm able, you guys, if I'm able to get him to kind of on his price, please enter it just for me, because this Beyonce don't play with his stuff. Because he'll come over here, he'll be like, look, I don't need your numbers because I got. Okay. But no, it's like no, but yeah, we definitely are gonna get together to do something like that.
We've been talking about it, but definitely like if it was up to me, like I would be home and I would be making a dress every day. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I be trying to get people to understand, like, I be wanting people to really value my time. And a lot of times, like, I just be feeling like people don't appreciate it. And I go into a lot of things. I go into things like hoping like, okay, like hopefully like things will be good. But in the back of my head, I'm like, girl, shut it down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's literally like, so you open up a door with me, you can come in just a little bit, but it's another door. You know what I'm saying? That door is like fucking locked.
So
it's
hopefully
like
you can. So hopefully you can come next week for the trauma bonding. If,
I'm good.
Lord,
I can come.
Hopefully, he's able to come so we can get into that because I feel like that's a part of the trauma building. Trauma bonding. Everybody want to get into trauma bonding tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yes. What I hear, like when you say that, is like I would say, like, so one of my favorite quotes is that whenever your feelings are in conflict with your wish, feeling will be the victor. So you want a healthy relationship, but you have this feeling that it's not going to happen. So that brings me to the last and final reason is you don't think you deserve better. So we will attract what we believe about love and ourselves. You know, we cannot and will not find love, the love that we want, until we change our beliefs. So if you believe, if your feeling is, I can't find a good man, he's going to end up being no good and a waste of time, that's what you're going to get.
You're going to keep trying.
Yeah, that's what you'll get. Because
what she say?
We're always treat
me and Mr. Wrong get along so good. That's the problem. Y'all listen to fucking Mary J. Blige.
Right, because we're always creating our reality, even when we don't know it.
You're constantly creating. Your perception is reality.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it really comes down to us and what we feel we deserve, which is something that that can only be worked on internally. So everything, all these reasons, comes down to us. If you are constantly finding yourself in relationship with people who devalue you or disrespect you, the question really becomes, what am I getting out of this? What do I think of myself? Why am I in these relationships? Do I feel like I deserve better? Do I feel like I deserve this toxic relationship? So really, the ultimate question is like, what do... Yeah.
And you gotta know when you're tired. Yeah. What do you feel like you deserve, Coach? You're right. You know.
So ultimately comes down to us and what we feel about ourselves. Because I do believe that we track relationships based off of our own self-esteem. So I know sometimes people don't like to hear that, but it really boils down to that, I feel.
It's so tricky though, because like I really like I'm confident enough in myself to feel like I'm that bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know I'm the shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know what I can bring to the table. I know what I'm capable of. I know when I look in the mirror, I'm confident in myself, you know what I'm saying? But just in certain aspects, like I crave stability, like, and when things seem unstable, like any sense of like something that's just not stable, I have a problem of lashing out. I think it's because like that may play a part of like, I don't know, because I came from a stable household. It wasn't until when I started getting older. So I really can't say that. I don't know. Well, I think because I'm just like, maybe because I'm spoiled, like maybe because I was spoiled as a child. So it's just like a lot of like I tell people all the time, like I wasn't like growing up, I wasn't like emotionally fed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of things was done for me, I felt like, to keep me quiet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, so it's like almost like a child is crying. And sometimes they just want to be picked up and rocked or whatever the case may be. Girl, take this toy, take this food, take this whatever, you know what I'm saying? And just go about
it. It comes down to our attachment style. So your attachment style, like, so if you feel like you weren't fed, like, emotionally, you're well, of course, so like the 3 different attachment styles, I talked about this before on CCS. You have avoidant attachment style, you have anxious attachment style, and then you have secure attachment style. So secure, of course, they know how to be in healthy relationships, but if you keep having dysfunctional relationship, toxic relationship, or that trauma bonding, is usually anxious or avoidant attachment style. And especially like if a child is crying and a parent is not attending to their needs, that child is definitely going to end up with anxious attachment style or avoidant attachment style. So avoidant attachment style is definitely goes back to when I say a lot of times people don't they keep attracting unavailable men and things like that because they fear commitment issues themselves. So they'll self-sabotage themselves. And when it comes to relationship, they keep choosing the wrong guy because it's trauma bonding. It's what's familiar to me. What am I used to? My parents didn't attend to me emotionally, so I'm gonna pick a guy who didn't attend to me, who doesn't attend to me emotionally.
And then sit up here and try to make them be like attend to you
Hmm.
emotionally, like you know what
The
I'm saying?
hero, then that
The
hero
hero complex come in,
syndrome.
especially like if you, yeah, that
I
comes
call
in.
it the syndrome.
Yeah,
I call it the
yeah,
syndrome.
Okay, got you.
yeah.
Okay, so like Raquel is on a ball tonight. She says, speak it and be ready to claim it. Yeah, you have to. A lot of times we say we want things until we get it. Then it's like, do you really want it? Look, I ain't even had to tell producer to pin it. He had already knew to pin her
Oh,
card.
happy
So
belated
shout
birthday,
out to you,
producer.
Raquel. Oh, he said happy belated birthday.
Oh, thank you so much.
You know, anything you want to say before we get out of here, Coach?
Thank you for having me on. Thank you for inviting me back to CCS. It's a pleasure. It's always good to be around you. I love your energy. I love your spirit. I appreciate you. I thank you so much. And thank you for coming in last week, and helping me out and being a guest on
Yes.
my platform as well. So I appreciate that. And for everyone who's watching, check me out. CoachNickLove.com, Coach NickLove on Instagram, Coach NickLove on Facebook, and join my group, Dating Made Simple with Coach NickLove. And nice meeting you, Dorian.
Nice meeting you
What
too.
you got to say, Dorian, by the rod?
Oh, I'm definitely going to join his group, and I might have to pay him for like a little.
Oh, Coach, we got a client.
Yeah.
Cause guess what? In my Summer Walker voice, Dorian got potential. you got potential.
I mean, because honestly, I feel like where I'm at, because I am a serial dater. I'm a victim of
Sounds like you, Coach.
What? A serial dater?
Remember you said that's how you got into doing the dating coach because you were a serial dater.
I am a serial dater. Like I was like once like I would really like if I'm really feeling somebody, if I really like you, I will give you every last ounce of you till I have nothing else to give. And
Until you have nothing to give to yourself?
Me,
If you're giving someone every last ounce of you until you have nothing to give, you're not tending to your own needs. You gotta make sure we attend to our own needs, because if we're not attending to our own needs, we won't show up authentic. Like, you can't give someone everything that you need for yourself. I'm sure we all heard that saying, my cup runneth over. Like, what's ever in the cup is for me, but what the overflow is for you. But I can't give you what I don't have for myself. Yeah.
okay.
And if you, that's why I said for me, like you so busy pouring into everybody else. Well, who the hell is pouring into you? I have to go.
And I have a habit of I'll be pouring into fucking broken cups.
Ooh.
Well, I'm all about, like, my coaching style is all about accountability. Pouring in broken cups is, we have to look at, do we have a hole in our bucket? Because we have to fill that bucket, needs to be sealed and being able to overflow so we can give to other people.
It's a hole of mine too. Yeah, it's a hole of mine too, and I'm pouring into a broken one too. So it's just like I'm losing as I'm losing.
You need two healthy people to have a healthy relationship. So we got to show up.
Okay, so next week we'll be getting into our trauma bonding, you guys, with Coach NickLove. Make sure you guys tune in. Depending upon the weather, maybe Coach, you can actually come here, and then we could have someone else come in as a virtual guest too, to be able to get all into the bonding of the.
Oh, absolutely. I think weather should be good next week, and then, like, if I'm there, then we might end up doing the other thing again if you're open to that.
Sure, I'm always open to that.
Okay.
You guys want to know what he's talking about? You got to go subscribe to the YouTube channel. But like I say, if you're in a jacked up relationship, or you're just struggling or battling with, should you go back? Is it workable? Is it doable? Do we need to do over? Just take a look at it. Sometimes just remember that if you keep on praying for something, or you keep saying you want it to go right, you got to pay attention to it. Because God answers you in 3 ways. Yes, no, and if you insist. Now you pick which way you want him to ask you. All right? Because you so, I tell you, I got a word. Okay? So you guys just make sure you tune in next week.
She got church pump on, so like the hill like this time.
So just make sure you pay attention and know that it's not always you. It's not always you. And you gotta know when you're pouring into the wrong cup. Okay? You know, if you're constantly pouring into him and he's constantly pouring into everybody else, who is pouring into you? And see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.